So the Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipan Rawat, on board a Mi-17 V5 helicopter of the Indian Air Force, which had taken off from the Indian Air Force base at Sulur. We're joined by NDTV's Arvind Gunasekara, who's got more information at this stage. Arvind, go ahead.
What information that we are getting from our sources in the Tamil Nadu government is that there were at least 15 people who were on board this particular helicopter, and it got crashed somewhere around 12:20 p.m. That's the information the police have got from the preliminary investigation that they did, because senior officials, including the police officials and also district administration officials, have been sent to the the site where this crash took place. So the officials are already present there. And what we are also being told is that 4 people have been rescued from this crash site, and they have been taken to the Wellington Hospital. So at least 4 people have been rescued. They have been taken to the Wellington Hospital for medical treatment. We are not sure with the identity of these 4 people because they are also trying to confirm it. But one thing, as we have got confirmed from our sources, that at least 4 people have been taken to the hospital for the medical treatment. So the rescue operations are still underway. Senior officials are there. They have also taken the doctors from Coimbatore also to Kunnur, where this crash has taken place. So according to the sources, the crash took place somewhere around 12:20 p.m. and at least there were 14 people who were on board when the helicopter went down in the Nilgiris, in the nearby Nilgiris hill.
Let's try and have a conversation where we piece together the information that we do know. You are indicating firstly that shortly after 12 p.m. information came in of this crash. Is that right? Just this basic piece of information after 12 p.m.
Yeah, Vishnu. Somewhere around 12:20 is the exact time that they are saying. So we can say that post 12 p.m. that they got this information.
About 12:20. So Arvind, the second piece of information, the commissioner, we understand, and police officials moved to the site rapidly, correct?
Yeah. Including the district officials, they were moved rapidly to the spot the moment they got the information from the locals there.
News of this essentially broke from local media and local administration. That's how word of this came out, right?
Yeah, the moment when the locals informed the district administration about this exact crash took place at a village called Katteri. That's the village name. That's nearby to Kunnur of Nilgiris district. The moment the locals informed the district administration officials, because they were not sure what exactly happened, so the district officials went there. They went with the rescue team, and then the information was passed on to the police officials.
So Arvind, what did you say the name of the village was? Whatever you heard.
Katteri. That's the
Katteri. All right.
Village near to Kunnur.
Okay. Now, how many people have you been hearing were on board this helicopter?
14 people were on board.
So 14 including the Indian Air Force crew, right, Arvind?
Yeah. Total 14 in that helicopter.
So I can add a little bit of information to that. The five of the 14 would have been the Indian Air Force crew on board, a flight engineer, 2 pilots, and 2 who would actually be involved in the operation of the helicopter, manning positions within that large helicopter. So that makes it 14. Now, Arvind, earlier on in the day, there was a flight manifest which became public. That flight manifest was actually on the flight from Delhi to Sulur, right? And that had the names of 9 individuals associated with the Chief of Defence Staff on board, correct?
Yeah, Vishnu, the first information what we got with the flight manifest, including 9 names, including Bipin Rawat. That manifest is from involving from Delhi to Sulur. So that's that manifest. From Sulur, 5 more people got into it. So total 14. That's what the police sources are confirming.
Arvind, I think, and we need to check this. I think the 5 people on board the helicopter were a separate crew, and that the 9 people who boarded the helicopter, even if they weren't from the flight from Delhi, would still be 9 individuals. All we know is that the Chief of Defence Staff was on board. I think the helicopter would have been separate. Now, the reason I say so is because the Chief of Defence Staff likely arrived in an Embraer transport. I saw the flight manifest and the registration number, and I think it was an Embraer aircraft of the VVIP squadron of the Indian Air Force, which flew from Palam in Delhi to Sulur. There is a helicopter unit which is based in Sulur, which flies the Mi-17 V5. So he would have then boarded a Mi-17 V5 to take him to his final destination in Kunnur at the Defence Services Staff College. So that number, Arvind, I would suggest, of 14 would include 5 on that helicopter, the crew of the helicopter, and perhaps 9 more. But in that 9, whether it's that same crew which or people who flew in from Delhi, or it was the Chief of Defence Staff and others, that bit we don't know. Arvind, another question. There is footage which is available. We are showing it now carefully because there is a lot which we don't want to show of either injured people or the mortal remains of those on board that helicopter being pulled up a steep slope and taken to a hospital. And my question is this: reports indicate that there are survivors, or there have been survivors, right?
Yeah, there are survivors. That's why the sources are confirming, the top government sources are confirming that at least 4 people have been rescued and they have been taken to the hospital. This is they are very specific with this information. That's a rare hope, because they are saying that all these 4 people have been taken to the hospital for medical treatment. So there is a chances of them being survived this crash, and then they are being taken to the hospital for the medical treatment. Also, another important piece of information what we are being told is that this particular helicopter that started from Sulu, it was supposed to touch the Wellington base somewhere around by 12:30 or 12:35 p.m. So 15 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes before the flight was the helicopter was supposed to land near Wellington base. That's where this particular crash took place. So 12:20 is the timing, and according to the official, it was to land in next 10 to 15 minutes.